If you were to ask most Star Wars fans who they thought the most powerful character in Star Wars was, you'd likely get a variety of answers. Some would likely say Palpatine. Others would opt for Yoda. The so-called intellectuals would tell you that the father, the son, and the daughter are clearly the most powerful as they embody the Force itself. But they would all be wrong! The true most powerful character in Star Wars is undoubtedly the Bombad General, the representative of Naboo himself, Jar Jar Binks. And I'll be giving you undisputable proof in this video. Firstly, you may subscribe to the popular theory that Jar Jar is actually the Sith Lord that was pulling all the strings throughout the prequels. There's a lot of evidence that supports that theory, but what if I told you that it doesn't even matter if Jar Jar is a Sith or not? The legendary Sun Tzu is quoted as saying in The Art of War, "One who engages Jar Jar Binks in a fight is a total fool and has already lost," or something along those lines, I don't really remember. In almost every fight or battle he takes part in, Jar Jar comes out on top. You may chalk this up to simple luck, and sure, that could be part of it. But, as Obi-Wan famously said,
"In my experience, there's no such thing as luck."
So, right off the bat, Jar Jar holds the advantage in every fight because things just tend to go his way. He's the living embodiment of the inverse of the Murphy's Law. What can go right for Jar Jar will go right for Jar Jar. He has somehow discovered a way to subtly bend the laws of nature to his will. Not only does this provide him with a clear advantage, but it can also mess with the psyche of his opponents. As the fight goes on, it will become clearer and clearer that there's nothing that they can do to stop this seemingly ridiculous clown of a Gungan. They shouldn't be losing this fight to this bumbling fool, and yet they are. Everything they throw at him misses. It will begin to eat away at their composure and demoralize them. This only deepens Jar Jar's advantage, as he will surely capitalize on their confusion and self-doubt. Furthermore, Jar Jar is a master of the fighting style called the Drunken Fist. This is a Chinese fighting style where the user acts as if they are drunk in order to confuse the enemy or lull them into a false sense of security, making them easier to strike. Jar Jar continuously utilizes this style in nearly every fight he takes part in, whether it was on the fields of Naboo in the battle against the Trade Federation, or when he was staging a rescue of Padme Amidala on Rhodia. Jar Jar seems to place an incredible emphasis on evasion, often making it look like he dodged an attack by accident. This typically frustrates the opponent, leading them to make more brazen moves that Jar Jar can maneuver around and exploit. This is why I think Jar Jar would easily defeat someone like, say, Darth Maul. Maul has time and time again displayed extreme arrogance when fighting an opponent he deems lesser than himself. Jar Jar would eat this man alive, but it really doesn't matter who goes up against Jar Jar. They will lose, that much is certain. Palpatine? No chance. Yoda? Nope. Anakin? He'd get annihilated for some of the same reasons Maul would get annihilated. Obi-Wan might be able to last for a while against the Bombad General due to his cautious and heavily defensive fighting style, but he'd only be delaying the inevitable, as Kreia would put it. He would fall to Jar Jar too. It is for all of these reasons that I declare Jar Jar Binks to be, unequivocally, the most powerful Star Wars character. But that is just my opinion. Let me know down in the comment section if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, well, then I hate to break it to you, but you're wrong. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, folks. I'm Zach, and I'll see you in the future.